Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to walk you through a personal story and review on the Blue Cash Preferred from American Express after almost 1 year of using it. And even though it's got great features, there's also a few negatives that if you are thinking about signing up for this card, you have to know. Okay, so I've been using this credit card since July 2024. We are literally 2 months away from my first anniversary. And I gotta tell you that I didn't like this card in the beginning because it had an annual fee. Now, I'm gonna go into how you avoid this fee the first year, but I just couldn't get over the hump of like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to pay $95 for this card. Like, there's no way, it doesn't make any sense. There's free other credit cards out there. But the truth is that, hey, once I saw the benefits and I started doing very, very basic math, I decided this card, it's really a no-brainer compared to cards that I was personally using in the past. And that's when I decided to just sign up for this organization, and I haven't regretted it since. Okay, so now let's go over how I personally use it, because most purchases for my experience have been for my family. So I'm a dad, and I use this card mainly for groceries to maximize the 6% cashback that it gives you. As you can see here, I also use streaming services like Spotify, YouTube TV, and this card right here gives you a lot of money back, right? So as you can see here, these are the transactions that I had on my card, and also the amount that they cost, and of course how much money they gives you back on your purchases. So it's a great way for you to literally get money back on your everyday purchases, money that you are already spending anyway. So why not, of course, make the most out of your everyday expenses. And then lastly, of course, you can also get transit cashback on tolls if you use a toll road, if you are traveling somewhere, if you're driving everywhere to work, or maybe Uber, Lyft if you live in the city. So as you can see here, what I've learned, like right here, total payment rewards like $112, $95. So you can see here that these types of rewards add up the more you use this type of card. Okay, so now with that being said, let's go over the American Express Blue Cash Preferred features, and that is of course the high cashback rewards on groceries. As you can see here on the screen, it's a screenshot right from the website. You get 6% cashback on groceries up to $6,000 per year, and then it becomes 1%, right? So then you also get 6% on select streaming subscriptions, like one of them is Disney. You can also get on YouTube TV, also a couple of others. And then you get 3% cashback on transit, which includes rideshare like Uber, Lyft, maybe parking, tolls, trains, buses. So whatever you need, if you are a regular commuter, then I think this card can give you a great amount of money back. And one really cool feature is the $300 bonus in the first 6 months after you spend $3,000 the first 6 months. So this is actually really easy to do if you are buying groceries, if you are using it for streaming subscriptions or even transit for tolls. You can hit that threshold pretty quickly. And another detail is, of course, the 3% cashback that you can get on gas at the US gas stations, and all the purchases you get 1% right here. So with that being said, is the card worth the fee? This may be a question that you're asking yourself. This is quite honestly something that I asked myself before I signed up. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. But let's just do a little bit of math to get started, right? Because you do get a $300 statement credit after you spend $3,000 within the first 6 months. If we only do a little bit more math, you're gonna realize that this card is gonna pay for itself, because if you only spend $35 a week on groceries, in 1 year, that would be $1,820. You will have paid for the fee of $95. And personally, I think it's a no-brainer for families. So here's the APR if you're interested in learning more about the APY. And here is the overall bringing everything together, right? So the intro bonus, $300 after you spend $3,000 on purchases. You'll get all the reward rates here, 6% on supermarkets, 6% on streaming, 3% on gas, transit, 1% on others. The annual fee is waived the first year, and the credit score needed after doing a little bit of research, approximately 670 and above. You can still give it a shot. Nowadays, many credit cards allow you to see whether or not you're going to be qualified for a certain credit card, for lack of a better word, without taking a hit, without doing a credit inquiry, which lets you know. I think it's actually a really cool service because that way you don't have to hit your credit and lower it just to see whether or not you're going to qualify. So I think it's great personally. And then the cool thing is, of course, that you do get 0% APR on purchases for the first 12 months. You have the regular purchase protection, extended warranty, American Express experiences as well, and the foreign transaction fee of 2.7% on international purchases. So as you can see here, this is not really a card that you want to use on travel. This is not a travel credit card. This is a cashback credit card, and it gives you the most features and the most advantages when you, of course, use it for your everyday expenses. So here is the pros and cons that I've identified with this type of credit card. With, of course, the pros, we have the $300 bonus, not $3,000 bonus. Please, that's a typo. After spending $3,000 in the first 6 months, the 0% APY in the first year, the annual fee voided the first year. Also, high supermarket streaming rewards, extensive streaming list where you can get up to 3 or 6% back actually, and then money back on tolls and transit, of course. Now, the cons, of course, it's an annual fee, which I personally think it's outweighed by the benefits. Not too good for restaurants, so if you eat out more than you eat at home, it may not be for you. The rewards capped at supermarkets after $6,000. So you can, after you get $360 back, then it drops to 1%. So it's ideally, it would be 6% forever. But I understand that, of course, it also want to give you like thousands of dollars back if you have to spend a ton of time, a ton of money on groceries, right? So cashback is the main way to redeem the points. It's not like you can just go transfer to hotels, gift card, etc. So with that being said, would I recommend this card to my mom? Absolutely. In fact, I've actually told my whole family about this. I don't think many of them signed up because they already have they will have their own way of running their finances. But I think it's a no-brainer because of the high cashback opportunity. The cashback pays for the fee and more. So if you assume $500 a month on groceries. In 1 year, that's $6,000 on groceries. That's the 6% cashback. You get $360 right there back. And you have to spend about $1,600 in 1 year on groceries alone to break even for the fee. And so the first year, low intro APR, additional bonuses of $300. And it's perfect for families who buy lots of groceries and, of course, who have streaming services like it is the case for myself here in my family. But it may not be for you if you're somebody that dines out more than you eat at home, in which case I would consider the Capital One saver or savor, however you want to say it. So if you are always on the road, always on travel, then this type of credit card may not be for you because the biggest benefit is, of course, the grocery cashback. So if this card is for you, let me know in the comments. There's a link in the description that you can sign up with this credit card. And after you meet the requirements, of course, you're going to get a $300 statement credit. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.